This video covers the assembly of the Bogie platform. For this project you will need a Phillips head screwdriver and a pair of pliers. For the first step we're going to attach these two plates to the main plate of the kit. So first we'll just snap these into the notches located on the side of the plate. And then we will take our attachment blocks, the ones that are threaded in both holes, and we'll use those to fasten the kit. When we fasten these together, the kit has 4 different sets of 632 screws. For this part we're going to use the screws that are the shortest. I'll go ahead and fast forward through this part and pick it up when I get done putting them all together. We'll fasten all the screws together on this side, and then I'll just go ahead and show you the other side. They'll go in through the top hole. Next you'll take this plate here, the one that has 3 holes in it. It's similar to the one that has 2 holes in it, but it's the larger one, and we're going to attach that to our main piece. We'll do that by using one of the longest screws that we have, and we'll feed on a washer, and that goes through the top of the plate, and then this sticks through there, and then we'll add another washer, and finally a lock nut. When you put these on, what we'll want to do is we'll use our pliers and a screwdriver to fasten the lock nut on. You want to go as tight as you can get it, and then you'll back it off about 1/4 to a 1/2 turn so that it spins freely but it doesn't jiggle. Okay, next we're going to put that out of the way, and we will combine these arms with these arms. Okay, so in order to do that, take the 2 arms, and this will go on the outside like this so that the rough side of each of the pieces are both facing up towards you, and you'll have the smaller piece on top. So again, you'll want the longest screw that you have with a washer. That'll go through your ABS, and then you'll feed that through again with another washer, and then a lock nut. And just like before, you'll tighten this using a pair of pliers. And once you have it tight, back it off about 1/4 of a turn so that it spins freely. There, I didn't back that one off just enough. It's still a little bit rough, so I'll back that off a little bit more. And you'll see it spins freely there. So you'll attach the next set together just like this one. I'll go ahead and fast forward through this since you kind of already know what you're doing there. Again, screw, washer, washer, and then lock nut. After that, we're going to attach our smaller beams to the pieces that we just assembled. For that, we'll need to have the beams so that they face towards the smaller arm on the assembly. When we do that, we'll want to take our screws, and we're going to attach a washer, put that through the ABS, we'll put on another washer, fasten that through, and then finally a 3rd washer, and then a lock nut. Just like with before, fasten the lock nut on so that it's completely tight, and then back it off until everything can move smoothly without jiggling around and being too loose. that's just right. So we'll do that for both of the pieces. Next we'll go back to our main platform and we're going to attach the attachment blocks that come with your kit. You'll have a bag of 4 of these and you'll only end up using 2 of them. These are the ones that are not threaded on the side hole. We're going to attach that using the second longest set of screws that come in your kit. You'll have 2 of these. They'll go through the top, through this hole, and you'll put in your attachment block, and then again using a lock nut, go ahead and fasten that down. And just like with before, use your pliers and your screwdriver to tighten that completely. And then once you get it all the way tightened, you go ahead and back it off so that it can swivel freely without jiggling. Okay, we'll do this for both sides. Next, we're going to attach our arms to the main piece. For that, they will attach onto the side so that you have your rough side is facing out and your small arm is out even further. For that, we'll use the longest of the screws, and they'll go on with a washer, go through the center hole, and then again into these arms. You'll want to make sure, like I almost messed up, that your arms are facing towards your swivel piece, and then you'll put on a second washer and again finish that up with a lock nut. Now again, I'll go ahead and fast forward through this part. Lastly, we'll use the remaining 2 screws, which were the second smallest in your pack, and we will use those to attach your arms to the swivel piece. We will fasten those by adding a screw into the ABS, followed by a washer, and then fastening those tightly. Do that for both sides. Your next step will be to add your motors. These motors, they'll go on to the square parts of each of your kits. There are 6 altogether. What you'll do is you'll feed the motors through so that the wires go through the square piece, and the shafts of your motors will fit through this larger circle. Once you have those in place, they simply screw into position. The screws are tapped so that they'll fasten into the ABS. So you will attach each of the 6 motors in this manner using 2 screws for each motor. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part because it's all pretty similar. I'll stop once I get half of it done and we can look at it, and then we'll go through ahead and finish up the motors. Okay, so now I have one of the sides on, and you can see each of the 4 motors attach onto the ABS very similarly. This is how you'll go ahead and have that attached. Now I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through getting the last 3 on. Alright, once you have the motors on, the last step is to simply snap each of the wheels in place. These all just snap onto the output shafts of the motors. And once you have all of those on, the kit is complete and ready to go.